And guys, there we go again. It's Mineski time, and today they face Scythe. And it's gonna be an amazing game. We are HeflaTV, I'm HeflaMoke, with me is Coucher, and we're absolutely excited about this game. Thanks for tuning in so far.
Yes, have to agree there. Southeast Asian Dota, best Dota. And of course Scythe is looking really strong, but Mineski, after the lineup changes, they have grabbed themselves a couple of really convincing wins, so looking to see them with a strong performance here as well.
Yep, definitely. And now it's banning time, and the bans come out really fast. We have Batrider and Naga Siren already out. What's coming next? Lycan or Invoker? That's my guess.
Well, either team can ban one of those two. Well, they might even ban something like a Visage or a Nyx Assassin as well, because it's so hard to remember actually which team likes which bans because we cast so many different teams all the time, but the usual direction of the bans still remains the same, more or less.
Yep, I mean the good thing is about in Dota you always get a surprise. Like right now my bet is on those heroes, but yeah, as I said, Southeast Asian Dota, you never know. They're always good for something really irregular.
Yeah, and looks like Scythe, they don't know what they want to do themselves really at the moment. They have the first pick, so... Oh, they ban out a Shadow Shaman, okay.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman is out, and Mineski goes for the Invoker as we expected. One of them had to ban out the Invoker, but yeah, the Shadow Shaman ban means no Master Open Wards, no possibly Blink Dagger initiation with a Hex and a Shackle, and yeah, Scythe is doing the right decision. The AA was still in, and they save it for themselves. So we have Ice Blast coming, which is always hard to deal with, especially if the AA gets the level and maybe even gets the Aghanim Scepter. It is just a very painful ultimate.
Yeah, it sure is, but this leaves Mineski now with a few options like the Lycan, Nature's Prophet, or even something like the Visage also could be picked up, but yep, that's the Lycan Nature's Prophet combo. It's so hard to deal with the push coming out from that and the gold that they just gained from pure tower kills.
Yep, and you're so good, you predicted them both. Like, wonderful. This is my co-caster. His name is Coucher, he's an awesome guy. And we are absolutely right, Lycan and Nature's Prophet has been picked. No surprise there actually, since they belong to this like group of 6 heroes that we see always in the first bans or first picks. And what is it for Scythe then?
Well, I'm hoping for a Nyx Assassin just for the pure scouting purposes and the synergy between the Ice Blast as well as the Nyx scouting out, especially if it's against the Nature's Prophet, because the Nature's Prophet, he isn't carrying a gem or anything most of the time, so Vendetta initiation into Ice Blast is an easy kill.
Yep, that is actually not a bad idea. Yeah, so the Nyx would be a nice option for Scythe, but I think the last 2 games we casted with them, they didn't pick up the Nyx, so I don't know, maybe it's a team specific decision, but of course there's still the possibility. I mean, it's not hard to play the hero after all, even though after 6.8 with the Vendetta, with the Impale change, it actually gets a bit harder. And it's an Alchemist. Oh, we haven't seen this one in a long time.
Indeed, we have not. That raises the question whether it's gonna be an support or a carry Alchemist.
Yep, like, to be honest, both works at the moment, like, especially if the Alchemist goes for the Unstable Concoction plus the Acid Spray and maybe even farming up a Medallion, or there's other sources of minus armor coming out by the team. It's really crazy what damage this does. Like, on a support, like the Unstable Concoction does like 50, 60, 70% of their HP if it's fully channeled and goes for the full amount of damage. But we have a new rotation of bans coming in there.
Yeah, Scythe just banning out some pushers with the Pagana as well as the Dazzle. Of course, just keeping the minions alive. So pretty nicely targeted bans by Scythe, whereas Mineski, they just take out really hard carries, being the Morphling and the Spectre.
Yep, so Mineski already focusing on banning cores, potential cores at least for Scythe there. And in the meantime, we see a Sand King coming out, and I like it. Oh my god, and it's a OD.
Although D definitely has the potential to just blow up a Lycan with the Sanity's Eclipse if he has the items for it, if he has the high intelligence pool. The same goes when he's going up against the Sand King. But overall, I really like the Sand King pickup, just an aggressive pickup. Plus, if they get the early towers somehow, that will just boost the gold for the Sand King and it will turn into an early Blink Dagger.
Yep, definitely. But with the OD ban, like Scythe makes a big mark saying, guys, we are planning to win our mid lane. So for Mineski is the question there, what do they put into the mid? Because it has to be something that at least does not lose as hard or can even prevail against the OD. But this is a very hard task to do.
Yeah, it is so hard to win against the OD, and we see an Omni Knight pickup for Scythe. Okay, then I guess putting the repel on the OD makes it so that he can just right-click away with his arcane orbs against anybody. Doesn't have to be afraid of the Burrow Strike Epicenter combination from the Sand King, or nor of course Leshrac following up with Split Earths or whatnot.
Yep, and well, we just saw the Leshrac, which is very interesting because there's more push potential even coming there for the side of Mineski. But the most interesting pick so far, it's a Omni Knight. A Omni Knight Southeast Asian Dota is coming up with a surprise, and it's a Omni Knight. I like it just for the fact that he is pretty much a free BKB with the repel. Of course, the healing power is coming out since Scythe has the AA. They have. Like, Mineski has nothing to negate this healing, and of course, the ultimate is very nice for the team fights. So, I would like to see more Omni Knights, to be honest, in the current meta, but unfortunately he's falling behind, like against heroes, for example, like Dazzle, so therefore he's not that often picked, but Scythe is about to change this, and we have 2 more bans coming out to round this up.
Yes, Scythe very expertly banning out the Doombringer there, because if any of Scythe's heroes gets doomed, they are completely useless in the fight and they just have to back off. Oh, you won't be able to do anything when he's doomed up, and neither will the Omni Knight. So a really nice ban, whereas Mineski just take out a very strong initiation together with an offlaner, that being the Clockwork. And Scythe actually is lacking initiation at the moment.
Yep, sort of, like, I mean, we have at least the Sand King who can come and who can also like chain stun something in combination with a nice synergy coming there with the Leshrac. But yeah, for Scythe, the only initiation they have at the moment would be Unstable Concoction out of Fog of War or out of a Smoke, or of course the OD setup if he rotates whatsoever, Astral Imprisonment, and then into the stuns. The Astral Imprisonment is actually nice to set up for the Alchemist and also for the Omni Knight if he tries to dish some damage with the healing, but I don't know, yeah, I would like to see some more initiation on Scythe's side there.
Yeah, they definitely need something to just actually go in, except the Astral Imprisonment. I mean, sure, the OD can go for a 4-staff, like he usually does, and 4-staff in Astral Imprisonment, but by the time the imprisonment ends, the other supports of Mineski might actually already be there and counter-initiate. And Mineski, they go for a Nyx.
Yeah, the Nyx Assassin comes out really late. Usually we see him like either in the first ban or in the first pick rotation, but this time Mineski goes for it as their last pick. So we talked just about initiation that maybe Scythe wants to pick up. Nyx would have been one of those options. I think it would have fit, especially because you also have the opportunity to, like Vendetta on a target, impale it, and then the heal of the Omni Knight would also deal direct damage, which is like a nice combination. But yeah, it's gone since Mineski picked it, and that rounds up Mineski's lineup, and it's, to be honest, really interesting, but it's also dangerous, because if this pushing strategy is not successful, they will fall behind eventually, and this is like the dangerous part. And there we go, it's a Juggernaut.
Yeah, Scythe is really focusing on just getting magic immunity at the moment going, because they do have to be afraid of it. If the Sand King gets high levels, gets the epicenter timed nicely as well as positioned nicely, it can just disrupt a team fight quite heavily. But I mean, speaking of the Nyx Assassin, I really like the pickup purely for the fact that mana burn on the Outward Devourer is gonna hurt so much.
Yep, it definitely is gonna hurt much. So they have nice ultimates coming out there, like as in burst ultimates. Of course, we have the Insanity Eclipse. We have a protective one by the Omni Knight. Like the Alchemist, regardless in what position he's gonna be played, but the ultimate gives him like the survivability we need. And of course, we have the Omni Slash, and the HP pool of the heroes, like on Mineski's side, it's not too huge to be honest. So the Omni Slash definitely can do some significant damage, take out the supports. And yeah, this is actually... Let's see how this goes. Anyway, we're in the game. We go for fast introduction. Like, Polozon is playing the OD. The Jugger is taken by Miracle. They have a stand-in which I can't decipher. I don't know the name of this stand-in, but he's on the AA. Heading towards the offlane is Hannah. And yep, it's Pokai on the Alchemist, who's already heading towards the jungle.
Yeah, and for Mineski on the Radiant side, Che will be playing the Nature Prophet with Geo up on the Lycan, leaving Ova playing the support Sanking, as well as Einmakute up on the Leshrac, and the offlane will be Chesivash on the Nyx Assassin.
Yep, and so far we have no wards coming out. The only thing we see is, of course, as usual, Nature's Prophet. Little trees, they're gonna scout out something, but they won't find much. Like, neither team goes for... I don't know, like, no attempt to gank something in the jungle or 5-man gank train whatsoever. But in the meantime, we have a ward coming out, traditional ward, giving vision to the top rune. And of course we have the second observer ward, and well, it's giving vision into the lane, which is interesting for the ganks. There's the second ward and the third ward coming out for the dire side. Pretty much a normal ward, giving vision into the bottom lane. And so far, did I miss the fourth one? The fourth one is not yet out. Yeah, it is on the AA, and he probably...
Alchemist actually taking quite some harass damage. Chesivash came in as well, but the Treants didn't get the body block going.
Yep. I guess this ward is gonna end up either on the lane or giving vision to the top rune. Either way, we have the creep waves meeting, and the lineup in the mid is Miracle plays against Jay, Nature's Prophet mid versus a Juggernaut. This is very interesting.
Yeah, usually it's OD mid just to crush the matchup so badly, but they go for something different than Miracle. I don't know if he's gonna have too good of a time. He will have his bottle rather soon because he's rushing it only with 2 Iron Branches and 1 shared tango, or 2 shared tangos rather at the start. So the Nature's Prophet actually should have a decent enough time there. Oh, there's the Blade Fury already coming, but mostly for farming purposes.
Yep, but the Blade Fury is also kind of dangerous because you push in a lot of creeps, so you don't get too much lane control. That means a lot of gold, a lot of experience for the Nature's Prophet early on. And yeah, like I have to say this, a Nature's Prophet who gets really fast experience and gold is actually a dangerous force, especially in a team like Mineski that wants to go for full out pushing power.
Yeah, it definitely can be. And actually one thing that's really nice about the Omni pickup is that Mineski, they don't have any proper Diffusal Blade carriers. So if any hero goes for the Diffusal Blade, it will be kind of a waste because they can't get much out of the item. They don't have any agility heroes that could actually make use of it.
Yep.
So the Omni Knight could be a real problem for Mineski.
And well, so far the Nyx is not doing that great on the offline. Like here and there is some rotations coming into the rune, but yeah, not really that successful. The next rune is gonna spawn at 2 minutes, and the question is who's gonna take it. Hannah is getting some... Oh, he's actually getting the double damage rune, but he won't be able to do much with it. At the moment he's pretty much zoned out, just as the Nyx. Nyx is... Oh my god, he's not even level 2 yet, so there's a lot of control coming out in the top lane. OD is doing the job on the lane, and of course Alchemist is pulling the sides, and it looks like they're gonna... Yeah, they already stacked this camp here, so there's gonna be a second pull.
Yeah, the supports from Scythe are doing a really nice job zoning out the Nyx Assassin as well as pulling at the same time to make sure that they actually get gold and levels themselves. But then again, it's not like the Omni Knight is getting a whole hell of a lot done. He just barely hit level 2 before. And the Lycan just keeps on free farming it, as is the same of course for the OD.
Yep, he went for the Howl bit, which is pretty interesting because it helps the entire team. It's like it's a global buff for the entire team, and yep, I simply like it because it helps all the people at the start to go for the right clicks. They need either harass or of course last hitting. And well, when it comes to last hitting, we actually have to look. In mid we have a 13-4 versus a 15-1, so it's kinda equal, even though the Nature's Prophet should have the ranged advantage. Like on the bottom lane, well, the Omni Knight is definitely not happy with how it's going at the moment. Mineski reached pretty much the tower, but I don't think they are ready to push anything, and they're also interested in getting the Lycan at least, I don't know, level 5, level 6, level 7 before they start pushing. But they will start pushing pretty early, they have to. This is part of their, yeah, I don't know, it's a necessity when you pick like this. The draft is just demanding it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go for push soon, and no, Jesse Wash wanted to come in for a little bit of harass mid lane, but didn't even try to go for the impale. And actually Miracle is doing a really nice job farming up in the mid lane, actually, just with the bottle crowing as well as the healing ward. It is somewhat hard to bring him down. Oh, the Omni Knight might be in trouble. Jay is coming in, the Sprout is available if he really wants it, the right click. Oh, Alchemist was charging the stun, hits it as well. Jay dropping really low, but there's the Burrow Strike with the split nerf, and they get the first blood. I think they might get the second as well. There's the Sprout, the Edict doing a lot of damage, and Alchemist should go down as well.
Yeah, the Edict on a single target does so much damage. So Mineski starts 2-0, brings themselves on the scoreboard, and that also opens a nice window for pushing the tower. And as far as we can see, they might even go for it. The next Treants will be out in 18 seconds, but it doesn't matter. Wolves are already up. The Edict is coming out again, and this is a lot of damage they are waiting.
Jay took the tower aggro and almost went down, but fortunately enough, the aggro stopped at the right exact time, and they get the tower. Very nicely done. They used the buckler from the Nature Prophet as well, and he is rushing a mech at the moment.
Yep, but in mid that didn't went that way. Omni Slash was used, and it was definitely enough. So they traded tower for a kill, but it's not too bad since, yep, Mineski has to push that early, so that was sort of successful. At the moment, I don't know, the OD and the standing on the AA, they don't bother too much with what's going on the map. They're just interested in farming, which is probably the smartest thing to do, because the OD needs some rush into some items. He needs to get some int value on his hero so he can start out. Yeah, especially he needs level. At the moment he went for a 2-3-3 build. That's pretty interesting, to be honest, because usually you see the Astral Imprisonment always getting prioritized, but in this case we don't see it happening. In the meantime, Leshrac keeps on pulling, and the Sand King is stacking, so this Sand King really wants to go for the Dagger Rush, I think.
Yeah, he is level 4 already as well, and unfortunately it's not as stacked as it maybe could have been, but then again he was doing the pulling while Leshrac was zoning out the Omni Knight, so it only makes sense for the time being. But the tower already helps quite a lot. He's only 1k away actually, and they smoke up now. Looks like they want to go mid.
Yep, and the Nature's Prophet has an invisibility rune, but with the smoke that happens in mid, they might even collapse somewhere in the mid and try to get something. Then again, I don't know what Mineski is doing, because Mineski is rotating here a lot. The Nature's Prophet is suddenly now on the top lane, and oh, they actually might go for the Alchemist.
Yeah, if they get the Burrow Strike, this Alchemist is dead for rights, and there's the Burrow Strike split turf. Oh,
but
indecision, the Leshrac didn't follow.
Yep, the Leshrac just didn't get the memo that they go. And in the meantime, we have the Juggernaut. Omni Slash would be ready, and he's now luring behind the tower. I don't know. Does he actually think he gets something?
Sandstorm! Oh. No, not in time.
Oh my god.
Easy pick off there. And he finds a creep camp as well. He's gonna farm it up with the Blade Fury.
Yep,
God.
This is a disaster for the Sand King. This was the farm supposed to go his way, but it doesn't happen simply for the reason that he died to the Omni Slash. Slow reaction there with the Sandstorm, I guess. And yeah, that's actually bad, but on the other side, Miracle is gonna be happy about this.
And he just TPs to safety as well. Just doesn't care at all that he's the... Oh, Jay TPing in aggressively, but they don't go for the Omni Knight. No Sprout even to stop him from going.
Yep.
If they could have had the Sprout, easy Burrow Strike into the Impale from the Nyx, would have landed an easy kill, but they don't even try.
Yep. When the Cliff comes out, obviously they have to use the Cliff. The Edict is doing so much damage, and yep, Alchemist is using the Acid Spray. He's going for the build I mentioned in the draft. Like, he has a 2-2 build at the moment, so... Oh well, this is gonna be pretty interesting for how much this is gonna hit. later on. But they get the second tower, so far Mineski's strategy works out, except for like Miracle gets a bit too much.
The Miracle really does have a nice time, and actually so does Polos on the OD. He went for a Hand of Midas, has had it for at least 2 minutes now, pretty much. So,
so
not too bad.
And greedy.
And it makes sense somewhat, because if he gets the higher levels of ultimate, and of course needs the maxed out Astral Imprisonment as well to steal as much intelligence as possible, just to do even more damage with the ultimate. So it's not the worst decision. I'm just hoping Mineski won't punish them for it by just getting tower after tower while OD cannot fight really.
Yeah, the problem is on OD and Midas, I mean, it's good for the levels because you need the level, you want to finish the Astral Imprisonment and of course the Essence Aura, and then so you can go as soon as possible into the Orb and actually get the procs also on the Orb, so you will never stand there out of mana, which is like worst case scenario on OD. And yeah, I mean the Midas helps there, but on the other side, if fight breaks out, like if he's rotating in, he won't do much damage. Anyway, like...
Oh, Miracle and Geo are gonna fight. The healing ward is up and it's not killed, so the Blade Fury makes Lycan go away. The Omni Slash is actually still available.
The Alchemist was already channeling the stun just in case the Lycan is chasing Miracle there, but yeah, he's not, which is probably the wisest decision, and he also used his wolves to kill the healing ward, and yeah, this is something really, he needs to be fast with this. Oh my god, and he's gonna find him there.
Yeah, Geo might be in some huge trouble. If he summons the wolves, they are gonna eat up the Omni Slash, and Miracle actually has to back off the Medallion and the Vladimir's offering, just
but he
so much physical damage.
Someone else. Nyx Vendetta is up.
Oh, they're gonna get the kill. There's the Impale to start with Burrow Strike into Split Earth, and that's the kill for the Sand King.
Yep, and it's
that's
also
payback.
Yep, nice decision also by the Nyx to not go for the Vendetta hit, because that would have given Miracle the time to actually react to it with the spin or with the Omni Slash, but he goes directly for the Impale out of invisibility. So Miracle down, Mineski 3-2 on the kill score there. And yeah, at the moment it's not looking bad for Mineski. Their draft at the moment works out. They got 2 early towers, but they have to continue pushing. That's what I'm a bit afraid of, because the longer this game goes, the more dangerous it gets for Mineski that the draft falls apart. And I'm gonna use this time of farming for showing the XP graph already. Scythe had an advantage of more than 1,500, but now it goes a bit down. And gold-wise, well, Mineski is leading there with like 3k, which is of course because of the 2 towers already falling pretty early into the game, and they are 1 kill ahead. So at least farming wise, it's looking good.
Yeah, Mineski did a really nice job of actually rotating the Nyx Assassin into the mid lane early on. He is level 7 and already has his Blink Dagger as well. While in the meantime, Jay could easily farm up the off lane at the same time, just because he had the early levels, so could use the treants to creep pull at all times. So they've been doing some really nice decision making and some nice rotation.
They want to get the OD, like, but the OD already knows there's so many people missing from the lanes. So at the moment we see, I don't know, the 3 supports jungling together. Miracle still on the lane, but not getting too much at the moment. And this 3-man smoke is trying to find something, but well, at the moment it looks like they might single out someone.
Yeah, the Nature Prophet is already TPing in. Will there be a Sprout? No, the Burrow Strike is enough, and just a few right clicks will get the job done. And there's the Impale onto Polosan with the Split Earth, and Popeye on the Alchemist. Nice Astral Imprisonment defensively, and Owa is gonna go down for the Blade Fury. I would think he got one more Burrow Strike. Nice mech usage. There's the Split Earth Burrow Strike, and they kill from the Impale.
This is bad for Scythe there. What did they do? The Alchemist stunning himself there. That was probably what absolutely changed his fight. If he would have gotten the stun off, that would have made absolutely difference in this fight. But this way, Mineski channeling their, I don't know, their stuns perfectly. Like, the Leshrac doesn't even need to use Edict. This is another tier 1 given free and 4 bonus kills pretty much on top. So Mineski is gonna be really happy about this one.
Yeah, this went about as good as it possibly could have. They didn't lose a single hero. I really thought the Sand King might go down, but the mech from Jay is just saving his life. Yep. And they turn it around. They have so many stuns.
The early mech on the Nature's Prophet definitely working out. I mean, usually I don't like it. I mean, of course, a mech on a Nature's Prophet, because it might happen that for many times the Nature's Prophet is split pushing and is somewhere else, but in Mineski's draft they're not planning that the Nature's Prophet is split pushing whatsoever. What they are planning is simply go push and we do that together, and together we're gonna win, and they just showed it. Scythe lost 4 heroes and a tower, and this gives Mineski even more of an advantage, and they have to use this advantage before we go here into any late game. So I would say they have another 10 or 15 minutes time window to make something happen here. And yeah, the tier 2 tower already getting damage, like the Howl on the trees. Look at the trees, they hit for 42 damage. This is the power of Howl, and it's level 4 Howl. He will go in Feral Impulse now next, so that means everything he owns as creep will be even stronger. Nyx Assassin, by the way, he has a Blink Dagger now, so that makes the initiation issues even easier for him. He can choose between Vendetta and of course the dagger. And oh, they might find Jay here.
Jay might be dead. He's trying to TP out. Is there is stun in time? Yes, there is. Alchemist comes in. The mech is used, but he's gonna go down for sure.
Yep. So a bit greedy there. He should have seen it. But then again, look at the Lashrak. Lashrak dishing out a lot of damage to the tier 2 tower. And the same on the bottom lane. So at the moment the split push of Mineski is doing at least damage over time on those towers. And Scythe is trying to rotate with many people. Now deboarding even here the vision. But still.
Yep. Miracle actually had to come down to stop the push from Geo's Lycan. This Lycan has been doing nothing else than pushing, and he's going for a Necro Book now as well. So the items are definitely coming for Mineski, because even Owa on the Sand King has the Blink Dagger already.
Yep. I also like his skill build, because he's well aware that the trees of the Nature's Prophet, they are getting the Howl buff, and simply for that reason he went for 4 points into it, and yeah, now you see it, like all these trees.
Nice deny there. And Jay might be in trouble. They're gonna get hit by the Ice Blast, both of them. Although no other heroes to actually stop them from running away. There's the Burrow Strike, there's the Impale as well. Will there be the Split Earth in time? They don't even need it. Nyx with the Vendetta just right click gets the kill.
There was everything used on the Omni. He healed the OD, he repelled him, so the Split Earth actually didn't stun him, and he used ultimate as well, but it doesn't matter. Like, Jesse just finished him off with fast Vendetta. And that gives even another opening. Jay is coming in.
Yeah, they have the Howl available.
The Howl is ready as well. He could use it.
They don't even need it. The Edict just so much damage, and they're getting so many towers, and Geo rotating in towards the mid lane to grab the last outer tower, I think.
Yep. I mean, there's... Oh, like the Ice Blast was scouting out Roshan. They were just not sure. Maybe the Lycan is already doing Roshan, but I don't think Mineski even wants to do Roshan. It's pretty risky when you're on the Radiant side, and at the moment Scythe is like just rotating S4 pretty much, so they want Jay here, so he has to get out of here ASAP.
And he TP's out in time. Oh, Polos wanted to get the Astron imprisonment.
But he doesn't. But now it gets actually quite hard for Mineski, because the only outer tower left is the tower in the mid. And, well, you sort of have to break this defense of Scythe, and that's gonna be a hard task.
Oh, they're gonna go for Pokai though. Alchemist might be in trouble. A nice stun onto Jay, and the Ice Blast is flying in as well, but the mech comes out before. Miracle is spinning. He has the Omni Slash as well. Does he want to use it? Astral Imprisonment on Miracle. Was it the wrong target for that?
No, I don't think so. I thought... No, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. It's a bit strange, to be honest, but the tier 2 is starting to get damaged. Necro units are going out, and it's just Necro 1, so the OD with the level 2 orb already killing the Necro units in one shot. So, but Jay is now trying to split push, but he has to be careful. There is a 4-staff on the OD, and Miracle's coming in again. The problem is, at the moment, the Nature's Prophet does not have anything to escape. I mean, as in just TPing away, but like he does not have a 4-staff whatsoever, so he can get out of range for all the interrupts coming out there. But I don't know what's Mineski planning at the moment. I think they want to have a bit more on the Sand King and the Lashrak, even though the Edict is level 4, so they already have their maximum pushing power. 4 levels in Howl. The Necro is coming out soon to be updated to Necro 2. Jay has pretty much everything he needs, so... Oh, and it's gonna be double Necro. Jay is going for Necro 1 right now as well, and he's almost being done with the Necro 2. 400 gold coming in there. I think it's time for the second crafts. Mineski now in XP lead, about 3k. It's still updating there. And when it comes to gold, obviously they're in lead 7,500, about 8,000 maybe. And of course, the reason for that is simply all the towers. But as I said, they just have a limited time window to finish this strategy. If they don't finish it, then they're getting into a problem. And at the moment, Scythe is determined to hold the last tier 2 tower. Oh, but Jay is trying to sneak a Roshan.
Yeah, they need some help there for sure.
Yeah, he's just not dishing out enough damage.
They are smoking up now just to make sure they can enter without any notice. And when the Lycan is there, with the medallion as well, that should be plenty.
Oh, but Miracle might scout it out. He actually found someone who put... Yeah, he found the Lashrak there, putting an observer ward. But then again... Yep, Roshan is down. Scythe was not rotating in or spotting it out this time with the Ice Blast, for example. So Roshan goes as well to Mineski, and this is always a bad sign. I'm always saying this, like if the Radiant team in the current Dota meta gets the Roshan, something is wrong. They either did a really good sneak in, or they're just controlling the game. Because usually, as it is right now, and the stats support me there, the Roshan should be for the Dire side. It's just, yeah, the map, I don't know. The map advantage you have on the Dire side for Roshan is just too big. So it shouldn't happen.
Well, Mineski has taken most of that advantage away though, because the only tier 2 tower is in the mid lane, which of course is close enough to Roshan. But it's quite easy to place a few wards that spot out the movements of Scythe when they would actually rotate in. So Mineski, they're just in such a dominant position at the moment, but I feel like they maybe should press for a little more.
Could you tell me what are the items there for the Sand King? Is this finishing drums going into...
Oh, Diffusal Blade.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I was talking about it at the start that there's like no natural Diffusal Blade hero for them. So they're just gonna have the Sand King do the job, because it's really nice to get the Repel and even the Guardian Angel off somebody.
Yeah, but it's interesting that he's like the diffuser carrier. I would have imagined maybe the Nyx is going for it, since he's also benefiting from it, as in the right click of course coming out. But yeah, apparently they assign the Sand King simply for the reason that he apparently farms better. Oh, and now the dewarding started as well. They have a gem on the Nyx, so yeah, Mineski getting more and more map control now with the dewarding as well. And yeah, there is... Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not a single ward at the moment coming out for Scythe, right? So they play blind.
Yep, absolutely zero vision there. My god.
Yep.
That's horrible for them, but then again, there's a gem on Chesivash and has been for quite some time. So Mineski definitely making sure that Scythe will have no easy openings.
Yep.
And Jesse was just on the hunt as well. They might get Poka. He already popped his ultimate though, so he's regening up.
But it's still interesting to see because, guys, we are 21 minutes in. This is an absolute pushing strategy coming out by Mineski. So far it's been successful, but what's waiting there on Scythe's side, as in like the hero draft, it can anytime flip back as soon as those heroes get farmed. And with the bad team fight, I think Scythe might even go into offensive pretty soon. We have a level 2 AWP now on the OD, so with the next 2 levels he's gonna hit even harder. So Mineski has to push, and yeah, saying that we see the Necro 3. Is that Necro? Yeah, this is Necro 3 on Jay. What about the Lycan? Yeah, he got
also
Necro 3 as well.
So I guess that's their opening. I mean, they maybe popped their Necro freeze a little bit too early, even because I think tower would have gone down with just 3 Ents and Wolves as well.
They want to rotate top. Look, they just want to do the Necro damage here.
Well, they force out the glyph at least, so definitely something good. But Miracle on the hunt with a Shadow Blade. Jay might be in serious trouble. The mech on cooldown as well. But there's creep, so the Omni Slash wouldn't be optimal there. And oh, they miss with the Impale and TP out with the Blade Fury from Miracle.
Yep, it's too bad they have no stun whatsoever that would go through magic immunity, and for that reason like Miracle is sort of safe unless he's like low HP and you can hit through the spin. So yeah, Miracle getting out, and let's see. The damage to the tier 3 tower was not too significant, I think also because at some point the creeps left the base, so I think even backdoor protection kicked in. But either way, they're starting to munch on the tier 3 towers, and this is dangerous for Scythe, because once they lose it, they will just send more and more units, like Treens, Wolves, and the 2 Necros rolling into the barracks. And yeah, Cliff is out, so Mineski has now a time window to actually go for it.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the Necro books to come off cooldown, as well as now the Diffusal Blade is flying in for the Sand King. So if they get the Diffusal Blade as well, they don't really need any more items, or at least not any items that they could get within the next few minutes.
Yep, definitely. And looking at the net worth at the moment, it's just representing what we saw. The Nature's Prophet is farming away, and the OD, who had like the longest uptime when it comes to farming, he's like in second spot, but then right after comes the Lycan and Miracle. But yeah, the supports of Scythe, really happy supports. Like Mineski definitely doing their better job. Of course also because all the tower advantage coming out. They're kind of, I don't know, they still keep him up, so I don't know. I still have to push this again. Mineski has to use that time window. If they wait much longer, it becomes really dangerous.
Yeah, Poloson has his sheep stick now as well. There's the Diffusal Blade with the Burrow Strike. He was so overconfident with that repel. The Guardian Angel came out way too late by Hana. And this is the perfect opening for them now. They're gonna get Miracle as well. Maybe he's dropping so low to the physical damage.
He's getting so much damage, but he's also losing so much mana.
Oh, the Ice Blast is coming out, but the mech was used before and it doesn't hit properly. Miracle Blade Fury used now as well. The Healing Ward just got killed off, and the tier 3 tower about to take a fall. There's the Burrow Strike onto Hana. Will there be a follow-up stun? The Impale is there with the Split Earth, and Leshrac grabs the kill for himself.
Yep.
And Omni Slash just didn't do anything. They get the racks, and they should be safe to get out as well.
Yes,
Miracle is trying to do something. Repel, Blade Fury.
Well,
are they gonna go for it? Yes, there's the Diffusal Blade, Burrow Strike, Impale. The heal doesn't help at all from the Omni Knight.
That Diffusal play, like 3 charges used, and all the 3 charges led to a kill. Like, as you said really early in the game, what they call the GG already. That is amazing. Like the Diffusal plate, I was just about to say it, doing so much work, all 3 charges led to a kill, and Scythe is saying, guys, we just lost a set of racks, Mineski's strategy worked out, and for simply that reason, we're gonna GG out. 11 and 3 on the board, no outer towers were left, and 1 set of racks down. Really nice job. The pushing strategy of Mineski worked out. Anyway, guys, this is a 2-game series, so game 2 is coming up in just a second, so hang in there, we're soon back.